If you just got your dbrand Nexus 6P skin, relax. This is going to be easy. First, wipe your device free of dust and fingerprints. For optimal results, ensure you are under bright lighting. Note that your dbrand skin comes with 6 elements: front, back, camera, frame, logo, and colored X inserts. A microfiber cloth is also included with your order to help smooth down the edges. You will also require a hairdryer for this installation, so pause the video now and go grab one. Welcome back. Let's begin with the back piece. Note that there are options for full Nexus, X only, and no Nexus cutouts. The installation procedure is identical for all 3. Remove the skin from the 3M paper and reattach as shown, exposing the microphone and Nexus imprint cutouts. Do not remove the camera cutout until advised to do so. When applying the back piece, it's important to hold the skin exactly as shown, pinching between your index and thumb on either side of the microphone cutout. During alignment, it's important to ensure that the skin doesn't make contact with the device until specified. Let's get started. Align around the microphone cutout, keeping the phone in place with your remaining fingers. Once the microphone is visible through the cutout, pivot the skin so that the Nexus imprint sensor is aligned perfectly. You should not be able to see any metal surrounding the Nexus imprint sensor. If at any point the skin makes contact with the aluminum before it's perfectly aligned, don't adjust your grip on the skin. Simply pull it off as shown and try again. Once aligned perfectly, secure the skin in place with your thumbs. You may now apply pressure to the portion below the camera cutout. Next, remove the 3M paper, rotate it 90 degrees, and reattach as shown. Turn the phone upside down and align with the bottom edge of the aluminum surface. When aligning with the bottom edge, it is important to look at either side of the device to ensure that the sliver of exposed aluminum is even on both sides. Once lined up flawlessly, apply pressure to the exposed portion, remove the 3M paper entirely, and smooth out the surface of the skin. Make sure to also apply pressure to the camera cutout, but not the area surrounding it. Next, grab your hairdryer. Heat the top of the skin for 5 to 10 seconds. Then, press down firmly on the border of the skin. Make sure that you are not applying pressure as shown, as this will cause the thin border to warp. Instead, press down firmly with your thumb on one section, lift, then repeat until the entire border has been applied. Heat the skin once more, then rub 10 to 15 times with your microfiber cloth right at the border of the camera cutout. Once complete, your skin should look something like this, with the material formed around the curved edge. Next, peel the camera off from the tab cutout. To complete the camera cutout installation, you'll need your microfiber cloth. Rub the inner edge of the skin 10 to 15 times. The friction will smooth it down to ensure it doesn't peel up over time. Repeat this for the remaining sides. Finally, let's smooth down the border. Grab your microfiber cloth and rub the edges of the skin 10 to 15 times. The friction will smooth down the border and make the skin feel like it's melting into the phone. Repeat this technique on the corners. At this point, you're probably noticing that the Nexus cutouts aren't aligned properly. Don't worry, this is normal. Every device to leave the Huawei factory has a Nexus logo in a slightly different position, making it impossible for us to have a perfectly aligned cutout. To solve this issue, we include 3 sets of logo inserts free of charge with every order, 1 in black, 1 in white, and 1 in titanium. Once the logo inserts have been put in place, you won't be able to see the misaligned cutout. To apply the logo skins, you'll need to peel out each letter, reattach it to the back of the 3M paper, then position it within the appropriate cutout. Press down with your finger on the exposed portion, pull out the 3M paper, Then press the remainder of the cutout into place. Each letter needs to be attached to the back of the 3M paper differently. Shown here are the specifics for each letter. Pause the video here while you install the lettering. Note that if you purchased colored X pieces, you'll want to skip the X inserts. Welcome back. If you purchased colored X inserts, the procedure is identical. Just make sure you put each color in the correct quadrant. Let's move on to the camera skin. There are two included with your order. When the skin is oriented as shown, the one on top, the larger one, is meant for application on a naked device. The smaller one on the bottom is used in combination with a back skin. Apply the appropriate piece by summoning a Mr. Meeseeks.
Ooh, yeah! Can do!
Next up is the frame skin. There are 3 different pieces needed from this sheet. We'll explain what the extra 2 are for in a minute. Begin with the piece shown here. Align around the power button and continue to wrap around the edges without stretching. Next, apply the piece shown here. Align around the volume button and continue along the perimeter of the phone. The last step is to fill in this gap. There are 3 pieces here. Try using the middle piece first. If it's too small and you see a gap, use the piece shown here. If it's too large and you see an overlap, use the piece shown here. Once the frame installation is complete, grab your microfiber cloth and rub the edge of the skin 10 to 15 times. The friction will smooth down the border and make the skin feel like it's melting into the phone. Repeat this technique wherever needed. All that's left now is the front skin. Remove from the 3M paper and reattach as shown. Align the skin around the camera, speaker, sensors, and LED cutout. Once lined up perfectly, apply pressure to the exposed portion. Next, remove the 3M paper, rotate it 90 degrees, and reattach as shown. Turn the phone upside down and align with the bottom speaker. You may need to make slight horizontal adjustments to get a perfect fit. Once lined up flawlessly, apply pressure to the exposed portion and remove the 3M paper entirely. Next, smooth out the surface of the skin, ensuring to apply extra pressure around the border. Finally, peel off the screen from the tabbed cutout. Done. If you have any questions, you know how to reach us.